I got another video for y'all. This is the Anonymous Season 1, Episode 3. Let's get into it. So, for the second time in a row, I'm not only wrong, but Jack gets his second Anonymous and decides to eliminate Casey. Xavier and Christopher talk and come to the conclusion that they think Anonymous is Tyrena because she was the only one not looking up during the elimination. And it's like, yeah, I get mannerisms and body language does play a part in this, but can we also consider alibi? Like, I feel like that's a factor as well. You know what I mean? Like, okay, let's say it is Tyrena. Of course, we know it's not, but let's put ourselves in their shoes. Let's say it is Tyrena. What is the reasoning for her eliminating Casey? Does she have some sort of alliance with Marcel? I mean, I ain't seen her talk to that nigga on no private type tip. What is her alibi? Y'all believe she was the past 2 times. So what was her alibi in eliminating Sydney? Like, that's the only thing I'm saying. It don't make sense. Like, we really just taking shots in the dark. And it's almost like Robbie wants to go home. They get in the chat today and she's like, I talked a lot yesterday. I don't want to say anything. Hey, type in, I will say nothing. Girl, what? If you're not finna say nothing, that's fine. But don't announce that to the chat. You're not finna say nothing. But you want to know the crazy part? And I said this shit when she first said it. This bullshit might actually work in terms of throwing people off Robbie's trail, and she don't even know it. That's so crazy. They so dead set on getting Tyrene out because they think it's her that they might assume she's Dice just off the fact of hearing her name get thrown around the villa and knowing that, you know, they want her to try to get to the bottom of, or knowing that they all trying to get to the bottom of who she is. Like, this shit might actually work. And of course I was right. Look at y'all. Nigga, you was wrong the last 4 times. Don't come all happy and say, nigga, I was right. Shut up. But the thing that threw me for a loop is Andy was like, oh, you're a little triggered. You're getting angry. Kind of like Tyrena. Putting societal stereotypes on black women, eh, Andy? That woman ain't been aggressive, loud, or combative yet. But yet, to get triggered is just like a black woman, eh? But that's not what got me. It's the fact Tyrena was like, oh shit. Girl ain't no oh shit. If you don't go along with that shit, I would have been like, yeah, you're right, Butterfly. Tyrena, aka Dice, must have really got her feelings hurt. That's how you throw them off your trail if you Tyrena. Shit, I would have been riding right along with that. Yeah, Dice. Yeah, Tyrena. We figured you out. And it's just like, but it's so funny because it's like Robbie, maybe Tyrena made the right decision by not getting Dice involved and by announcing that Dice was her, because Robbie is just dead ass a fucking bot. And honestly, everybody that literally after this statement, everybody that believed that Robbie was Dice is also a fucking bot. Like, Robbie, cute girl, I'm sure she's cool. In terms of this game, she is a fucking idiot. Now she's like, oh yeah, it'll help. Now she realizes out the blue, like just randomly now, like, oh, it'll help my game for them to think that I'm Tyrena, which it will. So she puts in the chat, you guys already know who I am. That's the best you can do. Like, bruh, now all that does is confirm this isn't Tyrena. Like, nobody would just give themselves up in their identity in this game that easy. You mean to tell me 2 people said Dice was Tyrena, and instead of finding something clever or just borderline shutting the fuck up, she would out herself? That don't make no sense. Especially not that easy. Hell, they grilled Lily and Sydney more than this. But we're supposed to expect that Tyrena would give up and say, yes, I'm Tyrena, after somebody mentioned her name all of 2 times. Like, fuck out of here, bro. That shit is not even believable. And now, Jack being a little too consistent with Andy. And what I mean by that is, he brought Andy's name up. He was like, in the chat, he was like, oh, today we can get out Tyrena. And then after that, we gonna look at getting out, today we can get out Tyrena, and after that we gonna look at getting out Andy, you know, still playing that role as if Andy is his arch nemesis or whatever. And I'm like, see, this is why I say y'all is fucking bots. Like, of course we watching everybody angle, so we could say what we would, but it's just like the answer is there. It has to be Jack. Like, how can you not tell? Because I mean, back to what I said about alibi. What is football's alibi with Andy? You know what I'm saying? Nobody's even talking about this nigga. That's why I said the first week he brought up Andy, wasn't nobody thinking about it. Second week he brought up Andy, it's like, okay. Everybody bringing up everybody's name, whatever. This is the 3rd week. Nigga, nobody's even talking about that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Nobody even said nothing about Andy. And here come football. Oh yeah, Andy. I'm going at you, Andy. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's smart reverse psychology, but like to be as consistent as he is not smart. Because now I'm thinking to myself, okay, so does anybody hate Andy? Who hates Andy? What is football's alibi for just consistently going and consistently taking shots at Andy? I don't know. He's not a strong competitor. And that's what I'm saying. Unless somebody just, I don't know why you would hate. Nobody really hates this nigga this much. And football said the first week, it was a reason. Like I said, it was an alibi. It was a reason the first week because Jack, or AKA football, was like, oh yeah, you know, he's too old. He's not contributing. He only got 11 points in the challenge. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But like every other week after that, it's like, this shit don't make no sense. So now if I can't think of nobody that hates this nigga enough, or what would be an alibi to get this nigga out, now I have to think to myself like, oh, this is a nigga that's close to him, and the only nigga closest to him is Jack. So it has to be him because it's nobody who really don't fuck with Andy like that, and he keep mentioning his name, so it got to be somebody close to him because don't nobody dislike this nigga. And he want to throw us off of knowing it's him. So why not consistently throw that nigga in the fire? You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody else, it ain't no reason for nobody else to go at Andy. You know what I'm saying? So they got to play bluff, which I think the creators of this show is the same creators of Surviving Paradise, because they got to open a little box and be like, oh, safe. Like one person going to be safe out of everybody who got a vote. And, you know, it go like that. So they play bluff, and Tyrina slick pissing me off. Like, she did the right thing by picking a new box, because I don't want to have to read these niggas if I don't have to this early. Just give me a new box. You know what I'm saying? But this nigga Andy talking about some, what does it say inside the box? And she answering this nigga questions like, man. And if she would gladly give it away, like, fuck Andy, the fuck? We don't even get into convos like that. What the fuck is we talking about? Bro, if that nigga asks you what's in your shit, you not obligated to answer that bitch, nigga. Nigga would have asked me, I would have been like, oh, Andy, I'm not sure. Matter of fact, I can't even read. But if you want to know so bad, I feel like, you know, you're free to take my box if you really want. Or maybe tell your buddy football to do it. Fuck is you telling, nigga? I'm like niggas on fire. I'm putting everybody to the forefront, nigga. Putting niggas' feet to the fire, nigga. Don't do me like that. What does it say in your box? Bitch, nigga, I don't know what it says in my box. Why don't you come switch boxes and you tell me what it say in my box then, nigga? Fuck wrong with that nigga? I'm not finna sit up here and answer questions with this bitch ass nigga. Literally, Lily went after that nigga and didn't answer no question. I'm like, thank you. Is Lily the only smart one here? I ain't getting into no conversation or no debacle. Like, it is what it is. And I know how y'all thinking, like, oh yeah, well, if I tell them that I'm safe, then they gonna trust me. Or if I tell them I'm not safe and the box says I'm not safe, they gonna trust me. Nigga, I don't fuck about they trust, nigga. You can't trust nobody in a game like this. Can't trust nobody in general, but it is what it is. Marcel ends up being the one who's safe. And for the first time this season, he's not up for elimination. And the anonymous was between Xavier and Tyrina. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. The end of the episode really fucked me up because they start advertising the show. And then it just went to the next episode. But I didn't see it go to the next episode. I just see them advertise the show and then they kept going. And then I also wanted to see, too, like, was the brother going to out the sister? I had to see it. And of course he did. So sadly, Tyrina went home. But she ain't just go home. She went home at the hands of a brother who was so confident and so loud and so fucking wrong. Dumbass Xavier. And now this episode started, because now I realize I'm watching the other episode 4. And now he trying to target Nina because she's the daughter of the legendary Survivor player who won twice in a row in Australia or whatnot. And it's like, man, yeah, just aim, put all your sights on the black women. Just like a black man. Somebody look up Xavier's wife. No, I'm playing. Somebody look up Xavier's wife. Fuck you talking about? We gotta know. We gotta see something right quick. Just for a quick experiment. Just for a little bit of note taking. But anyway, yeah. That's the end of this one. Definitely like, subscribe. Cheers, cash. Friends, like,